What is up, Retromaniacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike, and I am from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. Don't ask me how. The other night I was on Reddit. I ended up finding this thread that was comparing big YouTubers to fast food joints. Okay. Strangest thing in the world, right? Of course, they had Mr. Beast compared to Burger King because, of course, everybody knows that one. But when you went down, dug through the thread a little bit more, I found this comment by, I have to check what the username was. It was BEEFEEQN69. And that user actually mentioned Mike's Retro Trading Cards. And you want to guess what fast food joint they compared us to? Anybody? That's right. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Why? Because the user said, those guys, and I quote, are finger licking good. Here we are, joined by Joe Day and EP Eric Pahalik. How you doing, boys?
Okay. We got a lot to unpack here. Number one, I would have assumed Mr. Beast would be more McDonald's. When you think, because that's the bigger chain. That's the bigger chain.
Apparently, it's a known thing that he's like Burger King. I don't follow Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Maybe he dresses up like the Burger King guy. I don't know.
Maybe. And number two, was this all a bit, or did someone actually put that into a Reddit thread?
I think the name of the user gave away that this might be a bit, possibly, maybe.
Have you been on Reddit? I mean,
totally legit. Absolutely legit.
I thought maybe it's because of the 9, our 9 ingredients or whatever. Isn't there 9 ingredients in the kernels, like special
herbs and spices,
or 9 herbs and spices or whatever? So we
have 3 herbs and spices each. I thought there was more.
I think it is more than that. Yeah, I think it's
9.
Comment down below.
Or I might be thinking of Dr. Pepper. I don't know. I could be confused. But yeah.
That's 27, I believe. That's 27 different flavors, isn't it?
First time in my life I've ever been called finger licking good. So there's that.
Not mine.
Of course not. Okay. Wow.
Joe is on brand today.
and he gets to take a drink, and I have to try to cover after that. Oh, yes. Oh, we're having a good time today. How's it going, boys?
It should all be Patreon content. I don't know what we've been doing this whole time.
Every second.
You guys, you don't even know the ridiculousness before we started recording. Like we even had different tiers of Patreon. It felt like we had like the entry level, and then we had the premium subscription kind of content before we started. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Good.
If you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen I got the Jeff Bridges autograph from Iron Man. I'm very excited about that. Shout out to my buddy Ryan, who I mean, he gouged me. Let's be fair. He gouged me. He saw me coming, but I was able to complete that set. So I just have to put it in a binder. I only really technically need the Robert Downey Jr. autograph as Iron Man. That wasn't part of the set. It was sold separately by Rittenhouse, but it's still the same style. It's still part of the set. I'm probably not going to put that one into a binder anyway, so I can probably binder everything else. But yeah, I've been putting some sets together. What else have I been doing? I think that's it. I've been kind of lame this week.
I don't know. It felt like you were partying a little bit. Right, EP didn't.
Oh yeah, that seemed based on the photos in the text chain. Yeah. On Twitter, he's all about cars, but in the text chain, he's all about partying.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just gonna
have a little drink there. A little drink of your iced tea.
Well, Rob was away for the week, so he was helping his mom. She's moving into like one of those senior high-rise type condo places, and so he was gone for the week. And I thought it was gonna be wild and crazy. I ended up going to bed by like 9:30 every night. So yeah, that was my week. Got some card stuff done though, which was cool.
You're like the opposite of like unsupervised. You are. I'm going to bed at 11. Eating 3 square meals a day, like just being super healthy.
Yep.
It's Joe Day around other people that we need to be worried about.
Yeah.
That's on brand.
Yeah, exactly.
What's new and exciting with you, EP?
Oh man, as I always do, I had the mad rush leading up to the card show where I'm working after work and before work, just pricing cards, sorting cards, doing all that sort of stuff. As I like, we'll get into the card show stuff a little bit later, but yeah, I've had a really busy week. Got in a bunch of cards to sell at the card show. Doing a extra innings with EP about that. So I've recorded footage for 2 of those episodes. So that's gonna be happening pretty soon. I'd like to get a third one recorded just so I have a bunch in the bank in case, again, it is football season, and so in case I do have a week where everything goes bananas and just. I'm confused.
I thought it was over.
Am I muted?
I thought there was a season or series finale like 2 years ago of Extra Innings with EP. You're saying there's a reboot.
Yeah, season 2. Season 2 is gonna come in. We're gonna take a year off, like the really good TV shows.
Oh, you're Prestige TV now.
Yeah, you got you gotta take a year off and then we have a bigger budget the next year, so you can do more stuff with it. So. Mike, I thought we talked about this. I thought you're funding more for Extra Innings.
No, you're gonna get the same amount you got before. 0. That's what everybody gets. No, I don't make money doing this. You're not gonna make it either. Just saying. Sure.
But you know how you could save money by using our code MRTC Payther. If you go to The Adventure Begins. Maybe link in the description below. I really don't know if it's still there. I honestly, though, am going to use that for myself. I'm going to buy some other type of cases. They have some really cool, like, tabletop cases. And people have used it. So, again, we get nothing out of it.
Every time somebody clicks on it, we get $100. So, go ahead and click on it.
1,000, I heard.
We have $1,000. Remember,
1,000. Yeah. That's how
you don't even have to buy anything.
Yep, just click on it.
10,000. You just click right on there. You get $10,000. Yeah.
Hopefully an ad break started right now.
If Joe doesn't stop talking about this, they're gonna have to start paying it. So
I know, right?
Throwing that out there right
Solid
now.
2 or 3 times at least.
Solid. Yeah. Feels like 100. You should put Dustin for your name over there. No.
Yeah. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
It's way less.
To Dustin. Oh
no! I'm saying I way less. He has 3 an episode. I do 1 for our entire series.
Yeah, but he makes money from it. We don't.
That's true. But that's what makes us better, Mike. We're not benefiting from this. We're doing it for our fans, our viewers, our subscribers. We're not just doing it to make money, to line our pockets. Why would we? We do this for the people. We're democratizing information on the sports card hobby.
Doing it all wrong, Joe.
We are doing it wrong, actually. Damn it.
Well, yeah, EP mentioned a little bit. We both set up at the card show again. It was an interesting time. We always have a good time when we're set up. Mm-hmm. I do want to mention the highlight of the weekend was watching EP's co-host on his other little podcast project thing that we don't talk about here.
Oh, the award-winning one from the paper. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is a word. All I know is I didn't dump my cart when I was dragging stuff in. He did. So award-winning my ass. Yeah, that was the highlight of the day. And boom, I could have left before I even took my stuff in and been perfectly happy with the day because it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
As an aside, when you started that story, I'm like, is he gonna do a bait and switch where he makes us think that's what he's gonna say, but then say something completely different? Nope, you went right down where I thought you were gonna go with that. And
highlight of the day.
It. Yes.
It was the highlight of the day.
I missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Mike recorded it. We're just put in the footage. Put in the footage right here.
Right there. There it was. Yeah, good stuff. But it was a fun time. Interesting characters there. You know, I wasn't very busy. Was a little bit dead. That wasn't too exciting. But EP and I are there. It's always a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should have had them charged just to come into the show because we're there. At some point, they're going to get smart and monetize this situation of having these huge finger-licking good YouTube stars at their card show.
We should put tip jars out at the front of our tables, just so people could, if they really want to, they could throw $1 in there. You know what I mean?
Well,
my!
yeah. Sorry you weren't there, Joe. You missed a good time though.
Yeah,
But,
it was.
yeah.
It was
I was
fun.
I was at a autograph signing event.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh,
Retro
for the
Trading
show.
Cards
Okay.
West.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
right,
Yeah,
okay.
we had. Yeah. Did you guys
We-
not get that?
Western PA, West.
Yeah, with the Western PA part
Okay.
of MRTC. I was
Western
at that
PA
signing
chapter of
Yeah.
Yes. I was signing autographs and taking pictures with fans. It was great. It was a fun time.
Well, I do have to mention though, at the end of the day, I was a little concerned for our little buddy down there, his well-being. Yeah, little buddy. This guy, he talks about working a lot and trying to get stuff ready for shows, and he ends up being at the show with very little sleep. And by the end of the day, he was like out there. First of all, he brought this cup with him and he poured some kind of something into it, but I'm pretty sure he had
LaCroix.
a little
It was just.
he had a little
water.
extra
It was
in the
just
bottom of that cup
carbonated
because
water.
he was really concerned about where the cup was before he poured the LaCroix into it.
I was concerned because I put it down outside as I was bringing my stuff in and forgot about it for like 3 hours, and luckily nobody stole it. So or peed in it. I hope they didn't pee in it. They might have. So I guess it's possible. Didn't
But
see
yeah,
him before.
he was like, he really wasn't himself, which you know, himself is bad enough as it is. But yeah, he was out. He actually sat down and he like put his head in his hands. I'm like, is he dying? I had to walk over and say, "Are you okay?"
By the end of the show, I was feeling a little rough. I had I didn't eat Friday, and then I got up right away and like came right there, so I hadn't eaten, and so as you can tell, I don't miss very many meals. But I was like hungry and very, very tired, and it was definitely a thing.
You know what you needed? You know what you needed?
Fireball,
chocolate covered frozen banana. That's what you needed, my friend.
Yeah, right.
Those things, the potassium you got there,
right,
you got the sugar from it's like all natural. I mean, that would have been the call. Yeah, with sprinkles.
I had no caffeine yesterday either, so that was another part of it. Like how am I going through my day without any caffeine? It's bananas.
Mike didn't bring you coffee.
I got my coffee for myself. And then he was there like an hour after me anyway. Yeah. It would have been cold by the time I
got there. EP showing up late. Half day at the show.
Late.
That's just how I've been the last couple shows. I just can't with
it was big time in everybody there. Yeah. But that's what he does.
What does that mean?
Well, like the one guy was at my stand and you're like, hey, I'm EP. And he walked over there. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You're like, I'm EP.
I didn't do that.
You don't even remember telling people I'm EP?
I did not say that to anybody.
I think actually he said, I'm the award-winning EP. I think is how he introduced himself to most everyone. Yeah.
We've yet to see this award.
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Never seen it. Doesn't exist. But yeah, that was our weekend with good time. But
it was the thing is, like, one of the things I also noticed the slow traffic, right? Like that was something I thought that was I noticed. But then you look down at there's a whole wing on the other side of the mall that is all Pokemon stuff. And they had just people lined up at their tables. Like you could see the people lined up at all those tables down there. So I think there's a really like I don't want to say it's a Pokemon heavy show because we still get the regulars for the sports guys, but I think there's a lot more people coming for the Pokemon than there were, at least for yesterday anyway. A little more people there were for the Pokemon than there were for sports cards, I believe.
That doesn't do me any good.
Didn't you have your Pokemon boxes out?
I only had one box. I didn't sell.
You sold the other box, yeah.
I didn't sell hardly any of that though, but I did get rid of some of my boxes of cards. So good day.
Mike, you took a walk down down the whole thing. What did you see when you were down there? And I didn't make it down there. So what did you see when you were down there? Were there a lot of people down there at the Pokemon tables, or was it pretty?
There wasn't when I walked down.
Okay,
it was kind of dead down there too. So maybe you were hallucinating.
That's
possible. I mean,
that's
very
possible.
Completely possible.
Like he doesn't remember running around the whole mall yelling, "I'm EP, I'm EP!" Like run out to people. It was
I'm award-winning EP.
I remember that at all.
Award-winning EP. I couldn't understand what he was saying with that, but it must have been award-winning. Yeah.
Fanatics is God. Panini sucks. I'm award-winning EP.
Now that you mention it, that sounds familiar. Yeah,
It was like skipping. He wasn't running. He was skipping.
Like a half run, half skip thing.
Galloping, perhaps.
Well,
a
skip is more efficient than a run. I mean, that's
I think a gallop is the best. The gallop is the top for me. It's the ultimate.
He was even spanking his own ass. It was weird.
To be fair, I do that all the time anyway. So.
Oh man.
Okay.
You live stream those shows is what you need to do.
You really do. Like. You can't make me laugh right before
my OnlyFans is wild.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Well, if anybody is left watching, let's get into it. Oh boy. Yeah. So some PSA news. It's such a weird transition from EP's OnlyFans to PSA. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I try to be good at this, but I got nothing. But PSA, enough. I'm gonna block you from this.
Yes, that's the transition we needed.
Oh,
this.
brother.
All right. Focus.
I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Mike, will you focus, please?
Out of here. I'm trying.
EP and I are just waiting for us to get
I know
into
you are. You are.
All
Yes.
right.
I need to pull it together today. PSA is apparently toying with the idea of an elite membership that is going to cost apparently $499 per year.
Woof.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a little bit more expensive than the regular.
That's more than his OnlyFans page membership.
It is.
Jesus H.
I don't know where to go from that. Some of the benefits of the PSA Elite membership are apparently going to be you get both PSA magazines, you get one free $25 grading credit. You get
wait.
Hold on. What's that number again?
$25.
That's what I thought.
Per month.
No, just one for the year.
For the year.
One free one for the year.
Man, that covers so much though. I mean, okay,
but that basically makes the cost only $474.
All right.
You get 2 free looks at a crossover grading and can set a minimum grading level. So you can send in 2 BGS, SGC, CGC cards, and they will look them over for crossover for free, which actually there's some value for people that do that. And that 25% shipping discount. There is, you're going to love this one, Joe, a dedicated customer service concierge.
You know who else has a lot of concierges? Customer service concierges? Casinos. In case you were curious. That's
I just love that. Okay, well, let me finish this up first.
Okay.
And have VIP submission line at the National and a tour of the PSA grading facilities in California or New Jersey.
That's worth it. Okay.
That is worth it. I do want to say, though, I think it's funny that they can be absolutely awful at customer service and then use the fact that they are to upsell another service where they'll give you a little bit better service.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this is apparently something that they're going to be rolling out. By the looks of it, I think they're still just trying to determine what to offer with it. None of this is necessarily set in stone, but I think this is where they are now, and I'll get into some of the other stuff later, but I want your thoughts.
Like, first off, the amount of OnlyFans jokes in comparison with what you just said that are stuck in my head right now, the restraint I'm showing is otherworldly. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I still don't know, other than the tour for a one time, if I was going to, but I guarantee you can't take pictures. You probably have to drop your phone off before you go through. There's probably going to be some, like we couldn't go through and use it for content is my guess. There's probably an NDA you have to sign if you actually got to do the tour. Would you be surprised?
No.
Would you
not
be
at all.
surprised?
Nope.
I mean,
I-
I would be shocked if they didn't, honestly. But that would be cool. But other than that, I really don't know what you get out of it. I guess if you like just grade high-end cards, it doesn't feel like you're getting your money's worth.
Well,
I
it's
feel
definitely
like-
geared toward the high end.
Yeah, that's the
user.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, is there a percentage off of anything other than shipping? Because if you're a high end user and you're only getting a $25 gift card or whatever, a $25 submission, and you're getting 2 crossover looks, I don't know. Like, that just does not seem worth it to me.
Yeah, we talk a lot about little victories and oh my gosh, what's his name?
Alico 3.
Alico 3, yeah. Alico 3, yeah. But we talk about them a lot, and this is the kind of, like, if you're a PSA and you are creating a premium tier, like those two guys should want to get that, right? Like they should be all over it, but they're not going to be. I don't think in this case. Like they like, I guess the concierge customer service rep might help them a little bit. But in general, I don't know. Like we're just going to complain about your grades, like that. What is that? Is that what it's going to be for them anyway? Like I
That
feel like
poor person is going to take so much shrapnel.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they better hire a lot of those. There's going to be a lot of turnover for that. But yeah, I feel like those are the people that when I think of grading, I think of them as being some of their most their favorite customers. Like, why not create a tier for those people? But this, I really don't think this really fits for them. That's
this
the
feels
thing that gets
like
me.
Roth cards more than, to me. It feels more like a Roth cards thing than like Little Victories. I think Little Victories, he doesn't really hit that high end stuff. Alico a little bit, but
no, but more in terms of volume. Like I would feel like the volume people probably they make a lot of money off volume people. I bet, and that's why what I was thinking is I think the volume people are the people that.
Well, what's the benefit to a volume person for this?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Service. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me interject myself here because apparently there was a survey that was sent out asking people their preferences on a couple of different groups here. I got this. Neo did a video showing this. He got it. It was sent to him. So I want to let people know where this came from. But I want you guys to answer these questions for me. They sent out the survey. Okay. I have 5 different questions. Each one, I'm going to give you 4 different options. You need to pick which one would make you most likely to want to buy the elite level and which one is the least likely to make you want to buy the elite level. So you'll each pick which one, basically which one of these benefits is the best, which one's not. So group number 1, would you get 2 free graders notes per year, or drop off at any PSA site, not just like their buildings, but like anybody that's associated with PSA magazine, or free in-person pickup from the New Jersey or California place.
I'm so okay. Go through those again. What's the first one?
2 free graders notes per year.
Okay, if you are I can't tell if EP's frozen or not, but that's freaking me out.
I'm flabbergasted.
That face is freaking me out. So 2 free graders notes a year. If you are sending in a certain level of cards, you get those for free anyway, don't you? I think
at a certain level, yeah. But
at a certain level, okay. So there's that. What was the second one?
Drop off at any of PSA office.
You can't already do that?
Yeah, that was my first question. You can't do that anyway.
I think it must be like affiliated places too. I don't know.
Because you can
these are the questions as written.
Okay, so that to me, okay. And then the third one was
PSA magazine.
Yeah, I don't
or free in-person pickup.
As in they come to your place?
No,
you have to drive there and pick it up.
Yeah,
you go to New Jersey and
we'd have to drive to Jersey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an E?
No, these are your options. That's all I got. You got to answer. We have 5.
You make up some options. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
They cooked the survey. I see where we're going now. They cooked that survey. Okay, all right.
I would say if it costs you something to drop off at a location and now it's free, that would be for me. That would be the one I would use.
And which one would you be least likely to make you want to buy?
The magazine. I have no interest in the magazine.
DB?
My keep it or sign up is the same as Joe's. My throw it away would be the 2 free graders notes a year.
Okay. Now, the second question was the ability to buy hobby boxes at manufacturer suggested retail price or access to Card Ladder Pro. Let me finish. 25% shipping discount or 2 free graders notes per year.
Okay. The last 3 I totally understand. How are they determining I mean, I would do number 1. That would be the one I would take. But I don't know how that's possible. But okay, if they're offering it, you can buy how many hobby boxes?
Clearly, they're considering some way they would be able to buy direct from Fanatics, I'm sure, and they would be able to offer. They would sell stuff, but they would offer it kind of like Topps does, like with a drop, and probably give people the opportunity to buy it if you belong to the high level.
You have a chance of getting probably a better chance of getting it. Yes. Okay. Then that.
And they're going to sell it not at market price, but at suggested retail, regardless of what the market price would be.
That would be the one I would pick to keep.
Okay.
And then the one I'm throwing, do I throw away one of these?
Mm-hmm.
The graders notes, I guess.
Yeah. Same again, like to get boxes at MSRP, absolutely, and then graders notes. That does not the cards that I submit, they do nothing for me. So
they're really pushing graders notes, by the way.
They are. When I heard that, oh man,
they actually
that's free to them.
they did a lot of like crossover on some of these. I only picked some of the better ones here.
Okay.
The third one is a discounted selling fees for 5 PSA consignment listings on eBay. The ability to buy hobby boxes at MSRP, grading specials, or fast lane at PSA events.
So for me, I wouldn't use the fast lane one, but I could see how valuable that could be time wise if you're going to a big card show like Dallas Card Show, and we've seen those lines at the National. So I'm going to answer this as if someone who would actually buy this service. I actually think the fast lane thing would be really good. I think that's something because you're wasting time in that line. I think that would be a positive for sure. EP, you go next, and I'll think about the one I'll drop.
Oh, for me, I would drop the fast lane would be the one that I would get rid of just because for the way I do the hobby, just because I don't go to enough of the big shows, and when I do submit cards, I submit them through the mail, and so I'm actually torn. I think there are 2 really good options here. Like the MSRP, buying boxes at MSRP, I think is a really good thing. Like if you could get Joy of Baseball from them, we couldn't get it from Topps, but if you get it from them, that'd be great. And so I really like that. But then to have access to grading specials again, like actual decent grading specials, is actually a really, really good. I mean, if you're somebody who wants to grade stuff, having those specials is a really, really nice thing to shoot for and to wait for. And so I think that I would probably say grading specials. Like I would assume potentially they'd be a little bit better grading specials than they offer to the normies, right? The people that have the normal level. So,
the normies.
Yeah, as someone who would be answering this just for me, I agree with EP's assessment. I absolutely, but for someone like Roth Cards, I don't think he cares about grading specials because he's not grading cards that would probably hit that minimum or maximum.
Think of how much money, if you grade that many cards, you could save with grading specials.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what like the maximum you could, because he's not sending in $100 cards, even probably $500 cards, to be honest. So I'm curious if those specials would be, the maximum for the normies is $200 and the maximum for this level is like $1,000 or $2,000.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, they're probably those prices would be they'd set up specials for super high end stuff. Is that what you're thinking?
That's what would be my thought.
I would assume it would be at all levels, probably. If because they're trying to get you to buy this service, so they're trying to figure out the best way to do that. The next one free $24.99 grading credit for first-time subscribers.
What?
Or a $25 credit to the eBay store, or a $50 credit to GameStop Power Packs, or a $50 credit to an online card retail shops like Steel City and Dave and Adams.
Keep that one, the last one, and drop the first time. Boy, talk about diving in head first. If you've never graded before and you're like, I'm getting the highest level, everyone. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Yeah, those are my end. That one was the easiest one.
Yeah. They cooked this question too. It feels like this is like pretty obvious. Give me the free $50 credit at like a retailer and get rid of one time $25. Like, come on, like.
I think people
first time $25.
Yeah,
is the weirdest one.
Yeah,
I think more people will pick the power packs than
I could see that. Yeah.
And one last question, and then we'll get back to the original discussion. Early access to new PSA features or a $50 credit for power packs, special promo cards for PSA magazine subscribers, or PSA magazine.
Not PSA magazine, so that one drop that. The promo card one sounds kind of interesting. I could totally see people, people collect anything. I could see special promo cards being something
for sure. People are collecting and selling the variant magazine covers that they're sending out. So the promos
the promo cards I think would be a hit. Yeah. That would be my two.
Yeah, I would definitely keep the promo cards. Like, that's my favorite one. I like the magazine. What were the other two options? I'm okay with the magazine. There was one of them that the power packs, and then
power packs and early access to new PSA features.
Yeah, I don't care about that part. Get rid of the
early access. I don't. One or the other. It's either the first one or the last one for me. I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so now looking at those questions, I think you can see a pattern that PSA is trying to figure out how they can charge more money, but give you a way to get value other ways that doesn't cost them money, if that makes sense.
That's 100% accurate.
So that's I did statistics in college and stuff. I've set up surveys. That's kind of what it feels like to me. They're trying to figure out the best way that they can add features that really isn't going to cost them a whole lot. So
yes. So PSA magazine, they that's produced anyway. They're going to produce that. The $25, all those first time or one time grading things, that doesn't really cost them much of anything other than 90 seconds of time and some plastic, right? The graders notes, they're doing those anyway. They just have to release them, right? So that's
a checkbox on the computer, probably, right? That's all it is.
A VIP line, which should probably one additional person with a direct, how you can pass people and I'm trying to think at Sam's Club if you have a premium membership or something like that. They probably have to pay for that one person to be there to accept your stuff. They probably have them there anyway, so they have a dedicated line for that. That's not really cost them anything. Yeah, the power pack thing. I mean, we talked about that, how they're just kind of recycling money with power packs. They're going to probably buy back whatever you pull anyway.
They're going to make so much money off that.
Cheaper price. They're going to make so much money off of that. That $50 credit doesn't mean much anything. The only ones I'm kind of surprised about is the MSRP one with hobby boxes, because they'd have to make some sort of deal with the Fanatics, Upper Deck, Panini, whatever. They'd have to make some deals with them, and the $50 gift card to Dave and Adams, to Steel City, and those, they'd have to make some sort of concessions with them. So other than that, I mean, maybe that they'd have to make some sort of concessions with those groups. But other than that, most of this stuff they already do, or it'd be cheap for them to do. So it's genius, is what I'm hearing. It's what they're
doing.
You're
signing up.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. It's not crazy.
It is genius, and like I said, I think they cooked some of those questions. That $25, the one time or once per year $25 credit is meaningless at $500. I thought they'd offer a lot more for the full amount. But the PSA three free PSA or I forget what exactly was. Anyhow, a consignment on PSA. They already have that deal in place. So that's not costing them anything. That deal is already made. So that's a throwaway thing. Making a deal with like a retailer like Dave and Adams, that's just hey, we'll make them sign up for your newsletter. And then then they gain all those people in their newsletters as well. I could see that being an easy way for them to have
that's not going to cost them much because
right.
Dave and Adams or Steel City, they're going to get sales from that credit.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah. Well, okay. So EP
and a tour would be free as well too, right?
EP, you're the big grader. You're going to sign up, right?
No, there's nothing about this that makes me want to sign up. Like if they actually offered the special, like improved specials, if within a year of them rolling this out, if people are talking about, oh man, I can't believe it, like specials I'm getting with this, paying the $500 per year, but as it is right now, there is nothing in that's this level of service
specials anymore, just in general.
I think they may do them every once in a while, but I don't think they're as good as they have been. I think they're kind of ramp those back a little bit.
Would you be surprised if they do not give specials to anyone
I'm thinking
but
the
$500 level, right? Yeah. So at that point, EP, if you look, let's say a year from now, if they unveil it next month or whatever, a year from now, you're seeing some of the specials coming out with this $500 thing. Would you at that point consider it? Depending on how the specials look,
I would think about it, but I still think you have to submit in such a volume to dole out $500, like 100. Even I've never signed up. I've never signed up for the $100 level, let alone 500. So I mean, like
you were your dealer.
Yeah. You guys, I went through you guys for it, and now I'll probably go through GameStop if I'm going to try that at some point. But you'd have to do so much volume for my level of cards, so much volume that $500 just feels like paying way too much. I can do way more than $500 by not grading than I can by paying that amount of money.
Yeah, it's not really going to be a service for somebody that grades 25, 50 cards a year. This is for people that are grading hundreds and hundreds of cards. So, I feel like it's probably going to end up being a really good deal for people that do hit that threshold of volume that it makes sense. Even like the 25% shipping discount, if you're grading thousands of cards a year, that would make a big difference there. So it just not geared toward us, but at least they're trying to figure out a good way to do something. That it is interesting though with the hobby box thing that a grading company wants to get into offering hobby boxes to their people.
I feel like if they did that, like that I would think about signing up. Like because again, like we talk about that Joy of Baseball.
If you hit one thing, you could make the $500 back.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. I don't know what stories we're talking about. I'm going to pull this one out though. I'm going to pull this one out for this story. What are the odds that PSA make it into breaking? What are the chances of that? And I only say that because how do you have so many boxes that you could offer that as part of a deal? Maybe because they're getting cases direct from the companies, because maybe they'll go into some sort of breaking. Breaking makes a lot of money. You could break the cards at PSA with PSA and then send them off to be graded. I don't know. Is that
how they send them off?
Send them off down the hallway. Is what I mean. But like honestly, with that, they've had breaking at their facility before. They've had breaking at SGC has had breaking at their facility before, and cards have been pulled directly and then sent down the hallway to be graded. Would it breaking is such a huge thing in the hobby. One of the biggest companies in the hobby not involved in it at all is kind of surprising at this point. So I don't know. Like if they're getting these boxes and they can offer them at MSRP, where are these boxes coming from? Maybe they're coming from the breaking. What's the word I'm looking for? The breaking allocation that they got that they could then sell those cards at cost. I don't know. Would you be shocked?
I wouldn't be shocked at all. I mean, it actually is pretty smart, but I mean, I feel like if you're a breaker, like you get allocated for breaking, like you can't sell the boxes in some cases, and like you have to probably have a certain way.
I feel like Fanatics would make some exceptions with PSA. I have a feeling.
Right. Yeah, they have to make an exception there. I mean that makes so much sense, Joe. You can put the hat down because I think it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, they could just have a breaking allocation and a retail allocation. They're
That's
going to
right.
get, if they do this, they're going to be buying direct anyway. Like clearly they're going to have to be.
Yeah.
I so want that to be wrong that they would get into breaking, but I mean, anybody could get into breaking now. Like, of course,
Yes.
Mr.
Yeah.
Wonderful is probably going to get into breaking at some
Right.
point.
Apparently, he has a lot of cards that he probably has never touched either. So,
Well,
but yeah.
Funny you should bring that up, Joe, because
Oh, look at that transition.
I was just going to talk about Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary. He said recently that he has been building a massive portfolio of cards. Apparently, the cards he is buying has been between $600,000 and $1.7 million a piece.
That's who I've been losing all these damn auctions to. Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Oh,
And although he has not let people know what cards he's bought, which is interesting, says he will at some day bring them out at some point. But yeah, Mr. Wonderful, like I remember reading about him being interested in the hobby quite a while ago. Apparently he had been buying long before he got involved with the buying of the Kobe and Michael Jordan dual logo man card.
Yeah.
So this is what our hobby is now, right? Like that's a separate thing than what all the rest of us are doing. That is now the high-end stuff are people with money coming in, buying stuff as investments. And we know that, but like this is like, there's a clear delineation between all of us watching YouTube, buying cards, having fun, going to card shows, and that world. I mean, it's not good, bad, wrong, right. It's just absolutely different. That's not our hobby. That's his hobby. He's an investor. He's buying stuff to make money. Can't believe he hasn't opened a breaking company yet. Wait until he gets a load of that. But yeah, I mean, this is a clear signal of that. I find it interesting though, that like he's kind of shielding what he's buying. Like it's secretive.
Which is refreshing a little bit, actually.
It is. But he doesn't want other people knowing what he's buying up that he thinks is a good investment. If he came out and said, "Oh, I'm buying this," everybody would be trying to buy similar things because,
which is what Gary Vee did.
Buying that. Exactly.
Well, Gary Vee was I have
selling the stuff.
Right. That's the thing. I have way more respect for Mr. Wonderful. Again, I keep thinking of Paul Orndorff for some reason, like doing a pile driver. But, I have more respect for Mr. Wonderful buying up these cards and keeping them.
Wait. Be careful of the words you choose, though, because I want to go back to the second part of what I said there, that he will bring them out at some point.
Yes.
That might be when he's getting ready to sell them.
100%.
He can hype them up by letting people know what he bought. Keep it secretive. Then when he announces it, they go up and then he makes money on it. He's going to play the Gary Vee just a little long term.
Just a little different.
A little different. Yeah.
But I think I want to go back to the point you made before, Mike. We, our viewers, subscribers, a lot of the channels we watch, we are in the hobby. They are in the stock market or whatever you want to call cards over a certain amount. They aren't in the hobby. They're not collectors. They are people who are playing an investment game. So, and again, like you said, I agree. Right, wrong, not, in somewhere in between. I don't care. I'm not happy or sad about it. It's just, it's a whole different playground that they're in. So like us and our subscribers, we're in the hobby. They are not. And that's fine. It doesn't affect me. What Mr. Wonderful buy. And by the way, the difference between, I don't think he's buying something like PMGs for its, not Marvel PMGs. I don't think he's buying something that other people could then go and get. I think he's buying stuff that are, each card is $1 million card. So like, it's a little bit different. Like those cards, he's trying to pump and dump them to other people that have the money that he has. Gary Vee was trying to pump and dump to, he was punching down. It felt like a lot of time. Yeah,
that's fair.
So to me, it is a little different between those two. But again, none of this affects us. We're in a hobby. They are out somewhere else doing something completely different.
Yeah, the words you're looking for, Joe, is an exciting new asset class. That's where they are, right? That's where they are. That's what it is. And I've actually heard where did I hear that? I heard that on something where somebody called card collecting that I was like, gosh, I mean, just to think about it in those terms. But again, when we're talking about $600,000 and $1
I think
million
it was him
cards,
that said that, EP.
I
I'm
think
pretty
it
sure
was,
it was
yeah.
him during
He
that
was.
interview. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been. But I mean, so anyhow, like that is that's like like Joe said, that's completely outside of our realm. And you were saying Gary Vee was punching down. I think just because Gary Vee wasn't buying those other cards, like he wasn't in that level of asset class. He was in more our level, looking at Giannis rookie cards, which again they're expensive. We can't really afford those as it is. I mean, we could afford them if we put all of our card money together, maybe, or something like that. But I mean, so he was like a mid tier where Mr. Wonderful. You guys kept talking about that. I got thinking the wrestler as well. Always above the level. And yeah, so I feel like it's a little bit of a different thing. With him, we'll never see those cards like Joe said. He's going to be selling those cards to the other people in that exciting new asset class. And the only hope is that it doesn't trickle down and affect us in some way, like kind of like how the way the breaking scene has kind of affected us as far as buying product.
This is the point I have to make, though. It's all interconnected because the people that want to buy the asset class need the assets to be found, and the assets are being found more often than not through breaks that people that are in the hobby are participating and spending all of our hobby money in. The breaking is causing an increase in box prices, so we can't buy them as collectors. So even though they're different worlds, they're kind of sewn together by the breaking, because that asset class needs the breakers to be able to break this product so it's found so they can buy it. The companies need to be able to make money, so the breaking companies sell this stuff to us with the dream of hitting the lottery ticket and winning big. We spend all our cash on it, so the card manufacturers can afford to make these big, high, expensive items for the rich people to buy. And at the end of the day, I think it really does impact us more than you might think at first glance.
So what you're calling, what I would call that is trickle down kicking the balls. Is that what we're calling that?
That would probably be a good way to
put that on a t-shirt. Yeah. Trickle down kicking the balls. That's a really good point, Mike. I'd be interested to see like what Paul Orndorff is buying, because like if he's focusing on like stuff from like the mid to late 2000s and older. Like what was the Kobe, the duel with Jordan? Was that
2007? I think it was 7.
So if he's looking at that stuff and older, for him specifically, he might not need the peasant class to open up this product. But there are in
general,
Fanatics is putting those type of life-changing cards in their products now. You know, the debut patch when it doesn't fall off and things like that. Like they're putting those type of things. We talk about this all the time. How many products are going to have things for us? It seems like it's all these one-of-ones. It's all these cards that we'll never see. And if someone's lucky enough to pull them, it's a $100,000, $200,000 card that is going then to someone like Mr. Wonderful or one of those people in that orbit. So yeah, I mean, it's a good point about how they need us to keep opening up to the ship, because guess what they're not doing? They're not buying into breaks.
Oh,
you know, like they're not buying cases and cases of stuff to try and pull this card. They'll wait till someone else pulls it, pay what they need to pay, and just hold it for a little while. I will say for some of them, I'm hoping, well, I don't care if they lose their money, they lose their money. But for some of them, I'm thinking that like Mr. Wonderful is not going out and prospect hunting, right? He's not going to go after something like, I'm wondering if he went after the Skeens card. Like he seems like the way he's talked about this 07 card, it seems like he's looking for things that it's either he'll make a ton of money or he'll lose a ton of money. It feels like that 07 card is just going to keep going up in value. I don't know if some of these really wealthy people who are buying into the hobby are looking for the big hit on a new prospect.
Yeah, they're looking for like the Allen Iverson essential credentials type cards. Right?
Yeah,
like
that's
those kind of cards. Like they're like actually rare and of established superstars, Hall of Famers, that sort of stuff. And they're probably looking at Mickey Mantle cards and
vintage,
all
big vintage stuff.
And then like the stuff that we all love, like well, not that we can afford it, but the stuff that we love that is like super rare, like the ridiculous one of ones from the 90s that are
green PMGs,
right?
Like
yeah, out of 10s. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They didn't buy Mac Jones cards. We're just gonna
right. Or who is the baseball player Wanda Franco? They're not buying any Franco cards.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
maybe what they will be buying though is the first ever Topps made Shoeless Joe Jackson card. That's right. In 2025 Bowman Chrome, Topps is making a first Bowman retrofractor, easy for me to say, of Shoeless Joe Jackson with parallels.
No way.
They're
you
not
kidding me?
I know. Can you believe that? That is
shocking.
Shocking. But yeah, I mean, does anybody care? I'm not trying to be crass or mean or rude, but who the hell cares? If I want a Shoeless Joe Jackson card, I want a Shoeless Joe Jackson card, not something that is being manufactured in 2025. What does it matter now? Who gives a crap? Why? I mean, I know why, because there's going to be value attached to it that you could win at a break and you'll be able to make more money. You could hit the slot machine or hit the lottery. I know why, but realistically, why?
Are the White Sox one of the lesser teams to buy out of a break? So
White Sox are
yeah.
So
this is
they're bad.
Use the White Sox spot, right? And EP, you can speak to this more than I can, because I know you and your one buddy collects like players that have long since retired and have ultra rare cards. I've never understood it. And I think we mentioned him before, Alico 3. The thing I like about him is he's like, this was way past their playing time. I don't know why people buy cards like that. He's been pretty consistent on that as well when he does reveals. And I don't get it. I understand maybe a year or two after they retired, or maybe there's some special set that they're putting together, and they're like a vintage or a retro set like Upper Deck does. But like, I don't get it. Other than White Sox spot is probably harder to sell. They need to make some money on that. So here's a Shoeless Joe Jackson. Wouldn't it be funny though? I could totally see Breakers doing this. There's a White Sox spot. There's also a Black Sox.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is not for me. Baseball or not, like if they came out with Neil O'Donnell cards in football, I don't think I'd care about that. I think he has some Topps cards, so I don't have to worry about that from the past. But yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, comparing Neil O'Donnell to Shoeless Joe Jackson, it's a bit.
Hey, some people. Whoa! Do you know why I did EP?
No, why?
The big conspiracy theory was he threw the Super Bowl.
Oh,
don't you remember that when he threw the 2 interceptions?
No, but no.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a Steelers fan, I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Shoeless Joe Jackson just got in the Hall of Fame, right? Didn't he? They just let him in. Isn't it like tied to that or whatever?
How was his speech?
I believe
was it?
He's dead, Joe.
Oh.
But anyhow, so there is kind of a reason for it to be out there. And as a baseball fans, like there's a love for the history of the game, and so I can see where they put some of these players in the set, and I don't mind it. The problem is that they turned it into this thing with all the different parallels and that sort of stuff, and so that's going to be a chase, and that's it's going to turn it into this thing. So the cards are going to be worth $20 or whatever. The card that should be worth $1 is worth.
Didn't they do like a first Bowman with Ruth last year?
Yeah, they're doing like a continuing series of older players like that. Yeah.
And I wonder what the prices of that Ruth card were like when it launched compared to what they are now. You can probably get them now for like very, very inexpensive. I'd be willing to bet. So like, I just feel like
or the low numbered parallels, they're probably still.
Well, I mean, I actually, if I kind of known, I might have looked it up just because that's a kind of a card that is kind of interesting for me as a baseball fan of all the eras of baseball. But there's no way I'm going to try to buy it because it's going to be like even the base card is going to be overpriced because of the hype around the parallels and the way the hobby is right now.
Well, as a baseball fan, maybe you'll be interested in this. There is a players. you had me beat at the beginning, but I've come back strong. I have come back strong, right? But anyway, you give me something to work with, I can work with it. But there is a Players Collection auction being hosted by the MLB Players Inc. In this auction, they're going to be auctioning off 60 cards that are PSA graded, and they're going to be labeled by PSA as MLB Players Collection. They have that pedigree on it. It's going to have guys like Bobby Witt, Brett Rooker, Corbin Carroll, some other players. There's going to be a series of videos of them opening boxes, and they're taking the best cards out of the boxes they've ripped, that they pulled out of the boxes, and then they're going to be auctioning off these cards.
You know, when you started to say this, I actually was excited for what I thought it could be. And then when you finished, I'm like, I guess, whatever. What I thought it could be was like actual cards that they collected.
That'd be way better. Yeah.
That would be because there are a lot of actual athletes who collect cards. Not just AJ Dillon, right? I think Bobby Witt does collect cards.
Yes,
there are several.
All these guys are card collectors. So
yeah, like how cool would it be if they actually had cards from their PC? This is literally like the this is game used versus player worn to me, right? Like not used in a game, but Mark Ingram put on like 30 jerseys, so they, that's kind of how it feels to me. Yes, they technically are touching these cards, but they're not the players' collection. It's just cards players pulled out of packs and are handing them to PSA to grade. It's mistitled. I'll just say that. It put something in my head that sounded cool, and then when it was described, it felt less cool.
Yeah, I like this. I like the idea of it, but like Joe said, the way better way to do it would be like for them to say, look, here's Bobby Witt's whatever card, one of one or whatever, or maybe I guess it wouldn't work for 1-1. But here's Bobby Witt's version of this card. You can also get this one. You can buy this one. Maybe not necessarily anything from their collection, but what the same thing cards they collect. They're now available in this.
I actually think the ones from their collection, if they're auctioning,
but are they gonna give away their cards? Like if
they're collectors, they don't want to get rid of their cards.
Get rid of their cards. But I feel like a way to do that, it would be
more than 3 cards, right? Like I could go down if let's just say I was a famous. No, we'll use EP. He's the athletic one of the group. Okay. So
accurate.
EP could just literally turn around, grab a stack of cards. They are from his collection. He has sorted them. And then he sends those cards to PSA, has those graded. I think that would be cooler. And it doesn't have to be a 101. Okay. It doesn't have to be a refractor. It can just be a base card that was in their PC.
Let me interject my example, though. You're a huge Star Trek card investor. Why would you rather take the cards of Patrick Stewart you have autographed behind you there and give them away to be sold? Or would you rather open boxes of Star Trek to pull stuff out to be sold?
As the Bobby Witt in this example, I'd rather do the second thing, of course.
Yeah, so that's why they're doing it that way.
Right. But as someone who is going to be buying it into the auction, I'd be like, oh, okay. I guess they open up some packs. Cool.
Yeah, but I want to buy Joe Day's Patrick Stewart card.
Like
I don't want something he pulls out about.
That's the thing. Like
you're making my point. That's
but you don't know. I'm making my point, and you're not seeing it. But you don't want to sell them. Is the second part of what I was going to say before you jumped in to make yourself right. You totally get why they're not doing it.
No. Yeah, if we're talking just Patrick Stewart autographs, sure. But I could go downstairs to my collection and pick out some really cool Star Trek cards from my PC and use those. Like, why they're from my PC? Why would it need to specifically be autograph cards?
They're not going to make any money off of it if they do that. They said they're going to take the best cards from the stuff they pull and sell and auction those. So they're still going to make
As an aside, depending on what they're pulling, are they going to pull anything good enough to grade anyway? Let's be honest. They're opening up Ultra Modern
or whatever. Like Star Wars, what was the Star Wars product that you rip on, Joe? Star Wars Galactic
Antiquities?
Conquest. Yeah, Antiquities. Yeah,
have you slept since the show is my question. But I would if Bobby Witt, if I was a big Bobby Witt fan, let's just
that's what I was gonna say, yes.
If I was a big Bobby Witt fan and Bobby Witt went into his Again, doesn't have to be his high-end stuff. If Bobby Witt went in and got a refractor from his PC that's worth $20, sent it to PSA, it was in his PC, sent it to PSA, and they put that pedigree on it, I think that would actually be cooler than just a card that he randomly picked out of a pack. That's me. I could be in the minority there, but I think it'd be cooler if it was something he actually owned versus something he just opened up and handed to PSA graders.
It would be cooler, but PSA is not making any money off that. They're gonna make tons of money off of them opening the stuff that they're gonna do it. And I think if you're a Bobby Witt fan, they're gonna be people that.
But you're assuming they're gonna pull something, right? You're assuming they're going to pull something good.
We've seen enough that there's a list of the cards. That
they're going to make Topps Fanatics going to make sure that they get stuff to pull and for their thing.
Whoa!
Hold on, let me just hand this over to you.
They're going to open. They're going to open enough cases till they finally get enough stuff.
Okay, that's not.
Yeah. I was one thing I was going to say is that if there are probably fans out there of Bobby Witt who would be like, I would love to have a card that was pulled by Bobby Witt that I saw pulled on the stream. I could totally see people being excited about that kind of stuff. So
that's not what you were saying. You were saying they're going to load their boxes.
Well, they definitely that too. They're going to load the boxes, but also
EP's comments do not reflect on our channel.
I'll tell you a box that won't be loaded.
There it is again.
There it is. 2025 Donruss football, which was being pre-sold for $500 a box. I looked on eBay. They're actually selling for like $400 to $450, which is still absolutely ridiculous for a 1 in 16 chance of pulling a downtown. This is where we are. Clearly, this is where we are, and people are buying it. Don't get me wrong. There were sales.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely absurd. This is kind of at the level of when people were spending thousands of dollars for Mac Jones, Donruss, PSA 10 rated rookie.
Yeah.
And how did that work out for you? Mm-hmm. If you're buying this for $400 or $500 a box, it's not going to work out for you. I'm just going to say it right now. It's not going to work out for you at least 15 out of 16 times.
Can we please have a moment of silence for Chuck from Silver Sport, who cheap ass Chuck bought a box of this. Not Ed. Chuck bought a box of this for a little under $500 and got torched. And Ed even said it's downtown or bust with these.
Yeah,
it's downtown or bust. I don't know if they have Cam Ward autos in them. I don't know if he's an exclusive.
I'm not sure.
No.
So,
but I don't know.
So yeah, if maybe a Cam Ward auto gets you close, but even who's the Travis Hunter's probably the second best auto you could pull. That's not getting you close to $500. This is Panini. And again, I'm overusing this. But remember, was it last year at this time? Downtowns were flowing out of these boxes.
Oh yeah, right.
Do you think Panini saw that and said, maybe people think they'll be flowing out of these boxes this year? Let's charge $500.
Take the hat off. Yeah. That doesn't deserve a hat.
Yeah.
Like
absolute truth. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Panini is preying on the fact that people think, oh, maybe downtowns will just ooze out of these like they did in 2024. Probably came out of 2025 at this point, to be honest. But, yeah, they are trying to get the most out of that license before they lose it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. While I do not think these should be $500, they shouldn't even be $250 a box. What I will say is people are buying them. Mm-hmm. Cheap-ass Chuck bought one. People are buying them. Ed was complaining about Panini product Origins, right? A couple of weeks ago. Guess what he did? He bought 2 boxes of them. People buy it. You can't bitch and buy it. It's like when people complain about whoever the president is. Oh, did you vote? No? Then shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry. If you are going to complain about the cost of a product, the only way this changes is if everyone says, I'm done. Or at least the vast majority say, I'm done. Don't buy into the overpriced breaks. Don't buy these overpriced boxes. Let someone else open that shit up and buy the singles. But until then, shut the fuck up if you are going to keep buying these boxes of cards. Again, love to Ed and Chuck. I'm not saying them specifically, but in general, you got to stop complaining if you're going to keep buying the product.
But one of the problems is, though, nobody's going to, right? People are going to keep buying into breaks. Like, that's just where we are in the hobby. Like, the people, I guarantee you there are a lot of people that realize this, but they're not going to stop themselves from buying the boxes and buying into breaks. That's just where we are in the hobby right now. And one of the crazy things to me is, like, how many of the downtowns, and I don't know how many cards they normally are in a set. I've never owned a downtown. I don't plan to own a downtown. But how many cards in the set are actually going to get that full $500 back? Even if you get
most of the downtowns will.
Most of them
so
will?
Like
okay.
CD Lamb. The only reason I know this again is because Ed was reading some of the prices before the box. Like CD Lamb, who's not even. I mean, it's how many years has CD Lamb been in the league?
Right.
His sold for like $1,200.
Okay. All right. So
yeah, if you hit it downtown, you're set.
You're set. But even like Mike said, that's a 1 in 16 chance. Yeah. So 15 people.
Yeah.
You buy 16 cases to get one, or 16 boxes to get one. Like that just. I mean, I would rather spend my $500 on the PSA elite level than I would on a box of Donruss. Like that seems like a better deal. Even though I have.
That's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year. EP.
Right. Yep. Exactly. That's $25 sign up bonus. $25 per year or whatever.
But and this is how breaking impacts box prices, because you have I'm a breaker, I'm breaking on whatnot, I have to buy my own product off the secondary market. It's $500. Oh, no way I'm paying that. But you know what, people are going to want to buy it from me because they're going to want to chase downtown, so I'm going to buy it. That's how they're able to sell it. It's not even necessarily because people buying for ourselves are buying it. It's because people that are buying it to break it are going to buy it because people want to hit the downtowns. We are so gambling oriented. It's not changing now. The hobby is now a casino. So people are going to buy that to chase the downtown, regardless of what I charge for the spots. I'm going to pay $500 for it because I have to have it, because if I don't, my people are going to go break with somebody else.
What was the MSRP on this?
Do we have any idea? They're typically, though, like what, 200, 250 maybe at the most.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like, so yes, I mean, if MSRP is like 250, it should.
I think I bought a box from the card shop, I think for $175 either last year or the year before. It might have been the year before, but now we're at 500.
Yeah, like that's. So part of it is absolutely on Panini. Part of it is the secondary market, because again, people are going to keep buying it. So the prices keep raising. It's like, I throw Topps under the bus just as much, but same thing with them. Like, I forget, I think it was Frank sent me a picture. I forget what product it was, but he sent me a picture of like through the Topps website, it was like $200, but then on the secondary market, it was like $400 or something like that. I mean, there's just some factors that while you want to throw Panini, you want to throw Fanatics under the bus, there's just some factors where people keep buying it. So they're going to keep they're just going to keep jacking up the price if someone keeps pulling that buy it now button, pushing that buy it now button.
Panini openly jacks up the price. They sell it for whatever it's selling for at market. Yeah. Topps takes a tiny fraction of what they make and sell it on their website that sells out right away, but it makes them look better because look, we were selling it at 200.
You missed out. Too bad.
Yeah, we gave you a chance. Everybody wanted it. So
Panini is more upfront with their.
Panini's like, screw that. We're just going to take our money.
Right. Well, and that's, I forget what product, I think it was in Galactic Antiquities EP, where I said, they're going to see what the market is selling this for. And then the next time they have this product, that's what they'll sell it for. And then we'll see how the market reacts to that. I think that's my biggest fear for hobby and for hobby boxes is that they're going to, whichever company, they're going to see how the secondary market reacts and then adjust accordingly. Right. Because if I'm Fanatics, I'm seeing David Adams make $200 or $150 off my box of cards. Whoa, I can just make that money myself. So I could, and then they'll end up selling it to David Adams. David Adams will add another $100 on top of it, and then we go on and go on and go on and go on until, things are unaffordable now. Give it 10 years.
Do you guys think if things go the way we're predicting, like this, like I don't want to say kills Donruss the brand, or like hurts Donruss, or do you think it hurts? Like, do you think people look at this after the fact and say, "Man, that was a really terrible product. I can't believe I put that much money into it"? And does that start to
They
start?
do that every year with
Well,
Donruss.
But I mean,
They
this
do.
is like twice as much though, right? Like I feel like is this the one that like breaks the back, like it breaks their back? Like
It's the last year.
it's the
What's
last
the matter?
year anyway.
that's
it
what
doesn't
I
matter.
mean though. Like are they doing this on purpose? Like just like I think when he even said their last hurrah with this product, and so they're
Yes.
just like
That's it's
F
not
it.
just this
F it, we're
product
doing
though,
it.
it's everything. And if they can say, oh, we've got downtowns, which is one of the top 3 chases in the hobby when it comes to inserts.
Right.
If they say this is loaded with downtowns, or 1 per case, right? But this has downtowns in it, and we have Cam Ward autographs, then yeah, that's why we're justifying $500 a box. It's ridiculous, but that's what that's, I guarantee you. But sadly, they don't have to even justify it because people are going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Well, this is not really topic because we got to wrap this up, but I just wanted to point out one thing. SGC has a new address to where you ship stuff to because PSA must have kicked them out of the main building. And when we saw that PSA was moving into the same facility, apparently that was PSA was getting the smaller place ready for SGC to go so they could move into SGC's headquarters. So.
Oh, pour one out.
There
Anyone who came after us and said, "Oh, you guys are nuts. SGC's not going anywhere." They're literally physically going somewhere right now.
I don't know if it's copyrighted, but you should play taps, like the bugle or the trumpet as you're talking about this, because that, I mean,
pour it out.
they don't, man, holy crap.
Yeah,
that sucks,
yeah.
dude. That's so terrible. I was even gonna say, I even wrote this down. And I forgot to talk about it with the Mr. Wonderful part. Like, imagine if he got into it a year or 2 earlier, and he was the person that came in and dumped a bunch of cash on SGC. It'd be a way different hobby right now, I bet, right? If SGC had got before they were bought by collectors, like that would potentially
if literally anyone else bought them,
Literally,
right,
anyone else bought them, it'd be a completely different world. But you can't be boutique in that large of a facility, Mike. I mean, obviously, to be boutique, you have to put them into a 1-bedroom studio, right? So, like, there we go. We're set now. They're boutique.
PSA is paying like $250 a month for the spot for SGC. We'll give you a budget of $250 with utilities. You got to find your own spot.
They're charging them $1,000 a month of rent. For that $250,
true.
But they will get a $25 credit for their first time grading and a tour of the PSA facility. So they're set.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, full circle. We got to wrap it up there. All right, guys, that was a pretty good chat this week, and I will see you next week. Take care, boys.
See you, boys.
Adios.